everybody, Captain Algebra here. I'm here with a special video for you. So this weekend was the Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and decided to actually go this year. I missed out last year. I knew about it. I live close, and I just decided not to go. But this year I wasn't going to miss it, and it was a blast. Got some great games. I met some great people, and just had a really good time. And so we start right away. First, you notice about my shirt, Video Games Monthly. They were there, and so I obviously, being a subscriber, I liked them on Facebook, and they had mentioned that they're going to be there, and I told them, I would be there, and I'd make sure to stop by the booth. And so, they said, yeah, stopping by, we'd love to meet you, and owner Joe would love to meet you and buy you a beverage. So that was great. So first thing did there, I went with my buddy Seth, because neither of our wives are very interested in video games. So we went together, and so went through the vendors at first. The first thing you do is you walk into a tent, and you can go left into some, they've got some, like an arcade set up. They've got games set up that you can play. They had like podcasts going on, stuff like that. They got exhibits, and they got panels going on. But to the right, where all the vendors are set up. And so that's where we went immediately to see if we could get some good deals, because I had some games I was looking for. And then probably the third row, Video Games Monthly was there. And so I went there, talked to the guys, introduced myself. They were super nice. And they had two booths set up. And so Joe, the owner, wasn't at that one. But they said they really wanted to meet me and to make sure I found him at some point. And so while I was there looking at some games, he stopped by. We talked for a little bit, and he said, come find me at the other booth in a little bit, and we'll get you a drink. And so went there, talked to him, and what a great guy. He promised, to buy me a drink, and he did. He even bought my buddy a drink, which was really cool. And we sat and we talked a long time. And I just can't say enough how great of a group of people they are. They really care about their customers. I know I've said this in my videos before in Video Games Monthly unboxings, but their customer service is great. They really want you to enjoy their product, and they don't want you to be somebody who just joins for 1 month and quits. They want you to be lifelong subscribers and customers, and I think they do a great job of it. And so one of the things that they had there, they were giving away games, PlayStation, Genesis. What else was there? Maybe PlayStation 2. I can't remember. But it was just boxes of games that they were just giving away, because one of the best things about Video Games Monthly that some of the other competitors don't do is they don't give you those bad sports games that people don't want. They give you good games. They might give you sports games like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out or Tecmo Bowl, Super Tecmo Bowl, but those are great games. Those aren't really sports games in the normal sense of the word. But they're not going to give you the Maddens or the NBA Lives or anything like that, the Triple Play baseball games, the NHL hockeys. And so it was awesome that not only did they give me the shirt for free, not only did Joe buy me a drink, but they also gave me a box of these games for free, which was pretty cool. And so I'm going to go through that really quick. They were all in box. Two of them didn't have the manual, but that's no big deal. So the first one was Jack Nicklaus's Power Challenge, which I already have. So I actually gave the game, or kind of sold the game, to somebody else who I'll talk about in a second. We got Madden 96, which I actually had already and I forgot about, and so I've got an extra copy of that now, but I didn't have it in the box before. We got Mario Andretti Racing, NBA Live 95, NBA Live 97, so again, one that I already had but didn't know about, but now it's in the box before it was loose. NHL 97, this one was actually sealed, but I don't believe in sealed games. I believe games are meant to be played, so I opened this baby up right away. So it's just kind of cool to be, I'm the only person that's ever played that particular cartridge. So that's kind of cool. We got PGA Tour Golf 2, PGA Tour Golf 3, and I already had the first one, not in complete box, but I've got all those for the Genesis now. Triple Play 96, which I haven't got to work yet, but I just got to clean it a little more and it should be fine. And then last was World Series Baseball, which, as you can see, is missing because I thought I had this game, and so along with the Jack Nicklaus's Power Challenge Golf, I sold it. But I realized I had World Series Baseball, I think 95. I didn't have this version, but it's no big deal. I'm sure I'll be able to find it for cheap at some point. Okay, so that's Video Games Monthly. Like I said, if you haven't given them a chance, you've got to. They're great. They're so much better than some of the other competitors. They really care about you, and you're not going to get those shitty games. Like I said, they were giving all those away, and they had boxes upon boxes of those games because they don't put them in their boxes to their subscribers. So if you haven't given it a shot, go check them out, videogamesmonthly.com. Okay? And then while I was there, they're also trying to possibly get into a partnership with the 1-Up cards, which are used to help clean your cartridge-based games. So instead of using Q-tips all the time, you can put the fluid on one side, clean your game, and then on the other side is the dry one, so you can wipe it off. I haven't used it yet, just because my my bottle of rubbing alcohol has a wide mouth on it, so couldn't just pour it on there. Otherwise, I'd have spilled. So, but I'll try it at some point. I heard it works really great. Okay, so VGM was awesome. So great to meet them. I was disappointed. Jonathan Poland, if you follow Video Games Monthly, he's a subscriber. It's been there for a while now. He makes awesome videos. He was supposed to be there, but his flight got canceled, so that would have been really cool to meet him. Fortunately, I didn't meet anybody else from VGM. I know John Aguilera was there and some other people, but hopefully next year, and maybe even some other game conventions. But the second person I met that was really cool is Back in the Day Gamer, or Tony. He's from Michigan. He has a YouTube channel. Really cool. I started watching his videos because of Michael B. the Genie's Top 3 Tuesdays. And so he started making the videos, and he had just said, he's going to Midwest Gaming Classic. Anyone who's there, say hi. He'll buy you Atari 2600 games. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. Stop by. So right away, I think pretty much right after going to VGM's booth, I actually ran into him, introduced himself. Really nice guy. He was there with his fiance. So we talked a little bit, introduced each other. And then, said, hey, meet me later, we'll get a drink. And so, a little bit later, after talking with Joe and VGM, ran into him again. He saw me with this big box of games. Oh, you leaving? Nope. I was just, we're going to get a drink. And so he came with, and then so him, his fiance, me, and my buddy Seth went to the bar and had a drink and just sat and talked for an hour or so. And really cool guy, really down to earth. He had this really cool Pac-Man suit. So if you haven't watched his videos, check it out. He's always wearing it. But it was just really cool guy to meet. And so he was the one that I sold those 2 Genesis games to just for $5, which was awesome. It's probably more than what they're worth. So I really appreciate Tony. But if you're watching, I did not have the World Series baseball, so I'm going to need it back. Just kidding. But I wish I would have looked at my list. I actually had some more there I could have sold you. But anyways, really good guy. If you haven't had a chance, check out his channel. It's Back in the Day Gamer. He's only been around, in the past year or so, but he does some really good stuff. And hey, help support us smaller YouTubers that are just getting started. I know I am. And he should be doing a Midwest Gaming Classic. I know he said he'd do a shout out for me. He took a picture of us. I'm sure he'll post. But yeah, I just wanted to give him a shout out too. So now, before we get to the games, which is pretty cool, I did want to point out that my buddy Seth. So that night we were celebrating my birthday with my wife and some friends back in Madison, Wisconsin. And so it's because for my birthday was the week before. But while we were there, he did buy me a shirt. So this awesome Mega Man 2 shirt, which was pretty cool. So I appreciated that. And now, another thing that was great about Seth being there was he's helped me hunt for games. Because I had a bunch of games I was looking for. Some I've never seen in the wild. And so it was just nice that, if I saw a game, I could see the price. And I could be like, all right, hey, let's go split up. Let's look for these games, see if we can find a better price. So I'm going to put these in order that I bought them. So, first one of my favorite NES games of all time. In fact, it's my favorite of the series. And I saw it, and I thought it was for a pretty decent price, and I had to pick it up. And that would be the original Mega Man. So excited to get this game. If you've watched some of my other videos, I've been wanting that for a very long time. We had it as kids, but it was my brother, so he got to keep it. And, this is one of the pricier original Mega Man games on the NES. And so I didn't know if I'd ever get it. And so I saw it. It was $60. I was like, you know what, that's fair. And I'm glad I did, because I think I saw 3 other copies, and 2 of them for $80, 1 of them for $75. So from what I saw, I got the best deal. Now, personally, I think that's the best Mega Man game of all time. Because it's, and probably a big thing has to do with it is it was the first one I ever played, and it was the only NES 1 game me and my brother had. Later on, we got Mega Man 3 for Game Boy, but that was it. Those were the only 2 Mega Man games I played as a kid. And so I played that one a ton. I love the music. I know the graphics aren't as nice as the other games, And some people think that, it's harder than the other ones, but I just think it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't given it a shot, I really suggest you try out Mega Man 3. So then next, I was going around, I was looking for some games, didn't find any for sure that I wanted, or I was still checking out prices and stuff. But then I ran into a game that I've been wanting for a very long time that I probably haven't played for, 15 to 20 years, maybe even longer than the 15. But it was for the Genesis, and I played it on the Sega channel all the time. And that would be Mutant League Hockey. So I got it in the box. It has no manual. The box is faded. The game, as you can see, is not in very good condition. But I've wanted this game for so long. I saw it. I was going to get it. It was for a decent price for being in such a little bit poor condition. So I basically got it for loose price, even though it comes with the case. And I wish I had the ability to do game capture on my Model 1 Genesis, because if you haven't seen this game or haven't played this game, you're missing out. It is fantastic. It's hockey, but you go around dressed as you're like ghouls and stuff. I mean, they got names like Puke. What else was it? No Puke, Gil 9000. You go around, obviously playing hockey, but you can punch people at the face-off to try and gain control of the puck. People can fall in holes. There's fire on the ice. You can get weapons and like a chainsaw. You can get a mace and attack people with it. You can even attack the goalie. It is so much fun. You can get into fights, and it goes into a close-up. I'll see if I can actually. Actually, no. I've got I don't have gameplay footage of it. See if you can see that right there. It gets in close up and you can fight a little bit, and it's really cool. So much fun, and so I thought I had to pick it up. I'm sure I'll upgrade it at some point, get a better condition, get it complete in box. But for right now, that's good. I had a blast when I was playing it, when I was testing it out. I didn't want to stop, but I had other games I had to get to. There's also Mutant League Football. I don't think I ever played that one, and I did see it there. I actually saw Mutant League Football there first, and I almost bought it just because I didn't know if I'd find Mutant League Hockey, but I'm glad I waited and got this. So then after that, that's where I went and talked with VGM and Tony, back in the day gamer. And then after that, I was like, okay, Seth, let's go one more time around. I still had, quite a bit of money to spend. And so there was a certain game that I was looking for the right price. And that is what we'll look at next. And that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project on the NES. So this was the last of the main Turtle games on the NES that I needed. I don't have Tournament Fighters, but I have that for the Sega Genesis, and I don't know if I want that one. It's pretty pricey right now. But we had Turtles 3 as kids. It was the only Turtles game we had on the NES, and it's just a very fun beat-up. Probably the best out of the three on the NES. It's the most polished. The music is great. The sprites look good. Pretty hard. I've never gotten very far with it. But I've really enjoyed it. And so going around, we kept seeing it for $30 everywhere. And then I saw some for $35. And that's when I was like, all right, let's go take a break. And then I came back and I couldn't find any that were cheaper. So I went with the $30 one, which is fine. It's probably a little bit more expensive than what you can get it for on eBay at times. But it's a good game. Had to find it. So I'm very excited for that one. Then next, Mega Man 3. Everyone talks about how great this game is. It's one of everyone's favorite. I know most people choose between 2 and 3. I already said that number 1's my favorite. This one's a lot of fun. I haven't spent a lot of time with it. I have the Mega Man collection for PS2 that I've tried it on a little bit, and I obviously played this just to test it out and to capture some gameplay footage. It's fun. The graphics are really good. The music is fantastic, like most Mega Man games. But these, other than 1 and it's 6 kind of expensive? I can't remember. But 2 through 5 aren't too bad price wise. And so I was like, okay, I've got 1, I got 2 already. I just bought 1. Let's get the third one, so at least I'm halfway there to having all the Mega Mans on the NES. So I was really glad to pick that up. Then next, there's a Dreamcast game that I saw earlier that I had to have, and that's Toy Commander. So this was I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, the only Dreamcast game I played as a kid. Because my neighbor had it, and that was the one, for some reason that's the only one we played. But it's really cool. You go around and commanding toys. I know the first training level you get a helicopter, a plane and a truck, and you gotta do little things. I think the first thing you do is you have to land the plane on the runway, and then take the helicopter and dump 3 lumps of sugar in the coffee, and then drive the truck around to find the chocolate bar. And then as you beat records in each level, the bosses come to your side against the toy commander. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great game, and I'm so glad I found it. And then last of all, which was my last purchase. It was one that I was most unsure of because it's a game I already have, but it was complete in box, and I didn't have that. So in the end, I was like, "Yep, this is the rest of my money," but I'm going for it. Super C on the NES. So this is my all-time favorite video game. I like it better in Contra. I think the music's better. I think the sprites look better. I think the levels are better. The bosses might not be as great as the original Contra, but it's still a ton of fun. And so, because it's my favorite game, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go complete in box. And then my copy was already in very good shape. This copy's in very good shape. And so, I'll be able to trade it or sell it. So I was really glad to find that. I had a ton of fun playing it, capturing game footage. And it's so funny, if I start playing that game, I just don't want to stop. So here I was capturing game footage. I didn't want a ton of it. I was just going to do like the first level. But my game capture wasn't working. So I had to figure that out. So I just kept playing, waiting for it to see if it would load. And so there I am, 4 levels in, having lost a life with a spread shot. It's like, man, I really wish I would have actually been recording this whole video, because I do want to do a Let's Play, and that's going to be my first Let's Play. It's like, wow, this is a great run. Well, I finally got my game capture footage working, and I was playing like shit. I was like, of course, now that I'm recording it, it's going to be bad. But then, I finally did fine, got the first level recorded, so I'll be showing this to you either right now while I'm talking, or I'll put it at the end like I did in my last Video Games Monthly box. I'm not sure what. So yeah, there it is. Midwest Gaming Classic was a success. Tons of fun. I can't wait for next year, and hopefully I'll be going to some other video game conventions at some point. So yeah, met some great people. VGM was fantastic. Tony, the back in the day gamer, was awesome. Really enjoyed meeting him and his fiance. I got some great games. Some for free. Got the shirt for free. I got that other shirt from my buddy Seth, and I got those awesome 6 games that I've been really wanting for a while. So if you've never been to a video game convention, check it out. It's a lot of fun. We got some great games. Saw 3 Little Samsons there, and I haven't seen a Little Samson ever in my life. Cheapest one I think was $1,400. I saw 2 loose, 1 complete in box. The box was very good, but it was like, wow, that's just cool. And we've seen Flintstones at Dinosaur Peak, and just all these awesome rare games. Seeing Neo Geo stuff, seeing TurboGrafx-16, which I don't see anywhere around here. So it's really cool. So now I know what to expect. I know if I go next time, maybe bring a little bit more money, not just focus on the games, because I would like a TurboGrafx-16 at some point. So yeah, there you go. Hope you liked the video. Comment below what you thought of the games. And hey, if you're going to be at a video game convention, one near you, let me know about them. I'd love to go to another one. So until next time, this is Captain Algebra, signing off.